for culture, do that at EXP, but you'll get so many more layers of help and support.
Everyone like Keller Williams, like culture, culture, culture. And I thought by joining EXP, I was actually losing culture, to be honest.
Like they really want you to win. They don't really want you to win, right? Because if you're winning in their market, they're losing.
So I just want to start with culture. I put that down for number one because I think during the uncertain economic times, this becomes more important than ever. And people are really seeking a culture of winning, a culture of safety, security, stability, more so than they might in a growing market, in a growing economy when houses are easy to sell. They're just like, man, I just got to join the brokerage that has some training in the lowest splits because I'm just going to crush it. But now they're like, who am I surrounding myself with? I think that's really important right now. And what I discovered after joining EXP, that the culture was second to none. Everyone like Keller Williams, like culture, culture, culture. And I thought by joining EXP, I was actually losing culture, to be honest. But for all the other benefits, I was like, okay, I'm willing to lose that temporarily and help recreate that. And what I discovered, it was like, this is like next level culture because we're so aligned financially. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But do you guys have anything you want to add to the culture piece of why an agent should be evaluating that when looking at the broker they're currently with?
Yeah. And what the funny thing is, as agents are looking at their brokerage now because things are super uncertain, that probably is still the biggest, as an insider 2.5 years in, and comparing it to anything else I had been a part of, it's like 10x culture. Mm-hmm. And it's still the hardest thing as an outsider. Like, how could you possibly have culture when you guys don't have a physical office?
Right.
In my market, when I said, but the world that you'll enter into, it's like, it's not the 50 agents in your office and you're like the number 5 agent in your office. Like, who's really, like, what is culture? Is it collaboration? Are they teaching you their best stuff? Is it open book? Is it, like they really want you to win? They don't really want you to win, right? Because if you're winning in their market, they're losing. And I've found every brand that I've been with has sort of had that scarcity mindset when it came to culture, even the company. And I was in the top 100, the best agents with, one of the larger franchises, Keller Williams. And there wasn't really like this, like, here, just take it all. Like, here's my best stuff, right? It was more, look at what I'm doing. And it wasn't like, this is really hard, guys, avoid this. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of those top team leaders that ever shared that any of it was hard and the truth about it. And like, try this instead. So when I think of culture, it's the hardest thing to explain, being in this world and knowing that it's 10x more impactful. Like, really, it will change your life, sort of collaboration and support and people really caring about you, not just in your little real estate office, but all around the country. You'll get to know folks that are just playing the game of real estate in life at levels that you couldn't really imagine. And so it still frustrates me because that still is the number one thing that people will point at and says, there's no way you can have culture because I don't have I'm actually in the process of bringing over an independent, like 20 or 25 agents. And she's struggling with this piece now. And they're like talking to Coldwell Banker and Keller Williams in her market because there's no way there could be culture. And it's really in short, I mean, we've got like a quick timeline. And I said, don't worry about it. I said, we will get those, maintain those relationships and they will come over, right? So don't worry about it right now. They can't see it. So I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about even just practically, how do you communicate the culture of EXP and Game Changers and what we built, to someone that thinks culture is like water cooler talk, with the agents not selling any homes.
Yeah, I actually like to start out by asking them what is it to them? Like, what does culture mean to you, and what culture do you currently feel like you're getting where you are? I was explaining, I just brought over an independent this morning, a company of 15 agents, and we were talking about this culture idea, and I said, you guys are an independent, right? So like, imagine this. Imagine that we're in our market and we have the top 10 agents in our market, and we get together and we compare business plans and we open up our laptops and we share everything. Our listing presentation, our agent agreements, our profit and loss statement. I said, what is the reality of that happening in your current market? The reality is zero. Like, that's never going to happen in your market. But at EXP, we have top agents throughout the country, and that's exactly what we do. We can get on some of our top agents and operations team leaders at EXP are selling north of 1,500 homes per year. They'll give you the business plan, the listing presentation. They'll show you their profit and loss, like all of that. Like that's true collaboration. And I think that's what leads to true culture. Right now, people say culture because it's a buzzword, but I think what people are really looking for is they're looking for safety and security. And they feel safe and secure in the arms of people that they know and they can see and feel. And, I just tell people like, we're here for you. Lars, I know what you do for your organization. AJ, I know what you've done for us and continue to do for your organization. Like we're there for you. We've been there before in many cases. So we know how to put our arms around you and help you move forward. So, if you want an office, have an office. If whatever you're doing right now for culture, do that at EXP, but you'll get so many more layers of help and support that you really never experienced anything like it until you're here.
Yeah. Culture is an interesting piece that you need to be so purposeful to create a winning, fun culture. It just doesn't happen. And, my goal by moderating this call was to try to be as unbiased as possible. And we bring up EXP a lot, obviously, because that's the brokerage we're all with right now. So if you're watching this and you're like, I don't really care about EXP, that's fine. These categories you should still be evaluating for yourself and for other brokerages. But I think EXP did such a good job with the culture piece and people like us who have joined the company and took ownership over the company because we truly are agent partners. We have equity in the company and all that.